everybody! Firstly, I bring you another juicy Outbreak, the Nightmare Chronicles video. I'm continuing off from where I left it last time, as you can see. If you're enjoying the content on the channel so far, folks, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And also, I'm certain to give that little notification bell so by giving it a click to keep up to date with our daily uploads. It really does help us out. And without further ado, let's get the show back on the road, shall we? Open it up. Let's find door number 1. And just like that, watch the zombies hit the floor. When the remains were further examined 3 days later, a putrid smell was noted by the researchers. It didn't fit with a typical decomposition result from human flesh. It was almost something different entirely. The airborne virus causing this infection seems to fundamentally redefine molecular structure, which in turn modifies how decomposition happens. It's odd. Eerily metallic in smell, but not like copper or blood. Weeks and months of observation are necessary. Yeah, we got a little crawler. Yeah, bless him. Pop, 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 and watch the zombies drop. Autopsy report number 3. The nails are irregular compared to a typical adult human. It's not that they're overly long or different in molecular composition, it's that they protrude deeply back into the palm and wrist. To a normal person, the palm would be incredible with free digging into the bone. But with these creatures, it just makes their hands more durable. They can strike swiftly with great force, and their hands rarely break. It's just such an odd development due to the virus. Yeah, you're all about friggin' stalkers. AKA knockoff hummers. What's off your bottom before? It's the skull that fascinates me. The skull hardens significantly as the brain itself melts away. It makes them incredibly hard to kill. Destroying the brains is the best way to end them. The skull itself becomes hollow, even though the walls become extremely durable. When you do smash it, there tends to be a powdery spray. The powder carries large amounts of dense virus molecules. If a living being breathes it, the infection chances near 95%. It also does not reduce over time. Days or weeks later, the virus is alive. So I'm breathing all this shit in. What's behind this door, I wonder? Autopsy report number 6. The virus is spreading rapidly. This academic exercise is literally going to kill me. And I won't benefit from the result of the research. There's no one left, though, to assist me. I have to keep recording as fast as I can. It may even save another or lead to a vaccine. My eyes, they're starting to blur, the colour draining from them. Not from the eyes themselves, but from my vision. It's not monochrome, though, it's just a soft draining. Well, that was conveniently placed. The shape of the teeth has shifted somewhat post-infection, whereas humans tend to have parallel smoothing horizontal. The virus instead eats away at the tooth and forms a sharpened edge. The teeth also hollow and filled with a liquid that has a concentrated amount of the virus embedded within it. It's very clear that this is one of the primary routes in which the virus has developed to allow transmission. I believe anyone who is bitten by one of three creatures would almost certainly be infected unless they were outright immune. There's much more to study here, especially with the reanimation qualities. So little time. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why I love me a good old shotgun. Autopsy report number 7. I'm starting to lose focus in my thoughts. It has been days, no, months, since I was exposed to the virus. No, it was hours. The creature. 1 hour ago it happened. But that's... The reports are numerous. I have responsibility to this research. It needs to be documented. I have to focus. It just kind of trails off after this point. I see blood on the page. Autopsy report number 8. I'm going to make sure my notes are shared with the world. I'm taking each of my journals during this process and placing them across the facility. Everyone will know what I've learned here. Some of the doors were locked, so I tried to smash them open. Some of them had some people inside, so I smashed them open. It's all going well. I'm going to cure this disease. Everything is going to be fine. Autopsy report number 12? Question mark. I feel amazing. The virus has made me stronger, more resilient. I have no understanding of time. I cut into my arm and it repaired immediately. Who cares about the study? I'm now invincible. I cannot be stopped. A few of my peers found me and tried to restrain me, but they were unsuccessful to say the least. It's finally happening. All my dreams are coming true. Oh, it killed him. Oh, hello, beautiful Magnum. Because I know there's some shotgun shells not that far back. Definitely going to want them. Glorious full health. Love it. Let's hope there's ammo in there for me. There we go. Oh, hang on, boys. Eh. Jesus Christ. Oh, Lydia's bloodshed wasn't getting her anywhere. This mansion was a labyrinth of endless hallways and mutated creatures, and she looked around the basement. It became obvious to her that it was not a path to escape. She slowly returned back to the surface level, looking out the windows. She contemplated smashing one and just leaping. Hoping she could run away from the creature, but it was pitch black outside and there was absolutely no hope of escape. She entered one of the bedrooms in the hallway she had cleared earlier. She lay down on the bed and unsure of what to do next. There was no obvious path forward. There were far more creatures in the basement laboratories. She barricaded her door and decided to try to get some rest. She drifted off, her concerns leaving her for a few moments. She was at peace. The low murmur of the damned faded from the room. She felt that maybe she could stay here forever. To be continued. Chapter 3 complete. Hey. Lydia's thoughts drifted in her sleep. The last 48 hours flashed before her. The bloodshed, destruction, the city burning to the ground, the hills overrun with undead. It was all too much to handle. She was alone. She awoke suddenly. It felt like she had only been asleep for 30 seconds at the most. As she rose from the bed, the state of the room struck her. It was red. Not just the blood everywhere, but everything was shaded in red. She had a pounding headache. She was dizzy, but she felt oddly strong. She ventured into the hallway, scouring the room, smashing open cabinets, looking for anything that may help her recover. One of the bedrooms belonged to a member of the Manor's security team. She found a grenade launcher, a lot of rounds for it, but no medicine. Was she infected? She honestly didn't know. She didn't care either. She decided she was going to break out into the darkness and make a break for it. It was her only chance, but first she had to find a way out. She started retracting her steps. Question mark, question mark, question mark. AM. The infection has spread. Finish your journey. Lydia ventured back into the connecting hallway. Her heart racing, she saw the monstrosity had broken through one of the doors that led to the lower levels. She quickly ran for the passageway that led deeper into the main level of the manor. None of her prior work is clearing the rooms amounting to anything as the monsters clawed their way through. She could only move forward. She burst into one of the other bedrooms in the barracks, eyeing up some new threats. She readied the grenade launcher. She was taking every last one of these things with her. But it was strange. They didn't notice her at first. Usually they were bloodthirsty and seeking her out. She examined the creature from afar. Was it 30 seconds, 30 minutes? She didn't know. She snapped back at attention. Blood pulsing through her veins. Everything had to die. Lydia ran as fast as she could, her vision dim and her heart pumping. She was in a blind sprint for the adjoining hallway. She pushed the creatures aside and tried to save her ammunition. A few got in some more slices and strike, but she bandaged herself up as best she could and moved on. The moans behind her grew. She was making good progress despite the difficulty in seeing where to go. Eventually she had to rest. She barricaded the door She came through it as best she could and just sat on the floor, blood pooling in her lungs. She blacked out maybe for 20 minutes. It was the scratching on the walls that brought her back, like they were trying to tear through at all costs to get to her. Was it the hunger? All she knew is that she was hungry. It was an intense feeling more than any she had in her life. She had to keep moving. Lydia stumbled down, her edge growing in her that she had never experienced before. As the vision worsened, her reflexes improved, and the hunger was overwhelming. She had to eat. She reloaded her weapons. She knew her time was short. If she had any hope of survival, she had to get outside, get to freedom. She smashed the creature's face right in front of her. It bit into her hand, and she smashed its skull with the back of her weapon. She could tell she was bleeding internally. She tore open the barricade she had created earlier. She crawled her way upwards, tearing a vent apart. She crawled in and kept moving. She came out in one of the areas near the top of the manor. She remembered it. The gore from her earlier visit was everywhere. She readied herself. She could hear the moans through the walls. There must have been a gigantic crowd on the other side. She slammed open the door and began firing. Check, please. Shotgun! Don't mind if I fucking do. She was close. She was right outside the courtyard now. The bodies of these creatures lay at her feet. She surveyed the broken limbs and destroyed remains. What she was now, this wasn't humanity. Her vision was nearly blacked out. She fumbled for the doorknob but opened it out. The stench hit her right in the face. It was overpowering. She took a step outside. The size of the creatures never failed to amaze her. These brutes were there, milling around. She saw the gate past them. She readied her remaining equipment. Near death, the virus raging within her. As the monster fell, Lydia was brought to her knees. The virus flowing through her was finally taking its toll. The strength she felt was leaving. She was outside, but she could no longer stand. She started crawling towards the tree line she had to escape. But vision was virtually gone. She had no idea which way to go. It was becoming difficult to breathe. Her lungs were filling with liquid and she was coughing horribly. Lydia wasn't going to find the other survivors. She couldn't even save herself. All this fighting was for nothing. She had just stayed in the river and died days before. The last thing she saw before losing consciousness was a series of bright lights. The voices were so soft she couldn't tell what they were. Then darkness, complete darkness. No sound, no feeling, no rush of emotion or the feeling of blood beating in her heart. There was finally silence, finally peace. Her nightmare had ended. She was only left with her screams. Chapter 4 complete. Ranking. Hey, I got an S rank at last. Was that it? I thought it was chapter 5. Oh, that's it. Well, folks, if you've enjoyed this series, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and also be certain to give that little notification bell some love by giving it a click to keep up to date with our daily uploads, and be certain to click on the cards at the end of this video to check out other content. It really does help us out. This is Thirsty sign off, and I will see all of you guys next time.